This is about the terminology that has to do with psychic and metaphysical things. We'll start with the word clairvoyant. And actually, what the word clairvoyant means is a large internal voice. It's almost like the thoughts that we have in our head, but some louder internal voice that somebody has. And that's why it's called clairvoyant. It has to do with hearing something, a loud thought or idea that's almost put into your head from some extra information, which somebody can perceive and get information on a person or a circumstance. When people see pictures in their mind, it's mental ocular perception. That's seeing things in their mind, pictures. So one is seeing, another is hearing. And clairvoyance means a clear inner voice. The word occult really means hidden or secret information, that which is hard to understand or not easily understood. Some people perceive that as witches and goblins and all of that, but actually the true meaning is something which is hard to understand or difficult to perceive, or some hidden information. So occult is really something that's just hard to understand, and it's very hidden or secret. And actually the roots of secret and sacred really come from the same roots. Now telepathic is really somebody that almost does mind reading from one person to another. And psychometry, which is this word right here, is when somebody picks up some information from an inanimate object about a person, like they hold their ring or a piece of jewelry or something that the person had. It could even be their keys, and they pick up the vibrations from the person's object that they've had or worn, and they get information about them. Psychic is really generally about the information that somebody picks up by non-physical means, through either telepathy, clairvoyance, mental ocular perception, and then there are people that what they call clairsentient. They feel things that other people feel, like a pain in their stomach, or they'll feel the anxiety of another person, and that's clairsentient. And clairaudient is when you hear things, but it's almost like it's through your ear, like somebody's whispering in your ear, where clairvoyant is more like in your mind, a loud voice, almost thoughts that are so amplified that they seem to come from someplace else. And the general meaning of metaphysical is mind has something to do with matter. It's mind actually perceives what's physical, and it's not to know what's physical, but it does know, and that's metaphysical, which means it can perceive things that happen or will happen or have happened, and it's a study that relates to the mind picking up the things that were physically taking place or about to physically take place. So metaphysical is a very interesting study. It may be numerology, it may be palmistry, it may be handwriting, it may be name analysis, it may be the kaishi or the abracadabra. And with psychometry, like I said, an inanimate object gives you information. But when somebody does palmistry, because they're holding the hand, it is a psychometric effect. So these concepts are very interesting to know the different jargon. I think clairvoyance and mental ocular perception are a lot of times confused, because clairvoyance, like I said, is really a clear inner voice, and mental ocular perception is seeing pictures or whatever in your mind. When I do my readings, I get both mental ocular perception and clairvoyance, both side by side. And that develops after a while, more and more in people. You have this large internal voice.